and on my Schweppes, which I need it. I drink like 3 a day. The
3 Schweppes a day.
Ooh, this is cold. Do I need to move the mic closer?
No, you're good.
I'm good. This water's cold. It's good. Yeah, I had today already. No. I only had 2 Schweppes today. Black cherry, dude. That's where it's at.
But besides that, just like water, probably.
Just water, all water. Which, Schweppes is water. It's just carbonated water.
A little sodium in there.
I wish they'd sponsor me. Just, you don't even have to pay me. Just give me all the Schweppes that you can, because I love it.
You could reach out to them, maybe.
Yeah, maybe soon, maybe one day. Alright, this is for the other episode. We're doing 2 episodes today, which is different. But I did put on a new short podcast. I did it on my own. Matt wasn't with me. So not bad for the first try. I bought a little like USB podcast mic, so it's not it's not going to sound as good as these things do, but it does the trick. It wasn't bad, but you could check that out. I put it on Spotify and all the other platforms only because I couldn't figure out how to share it to my YouTube. So if you follow my Instagram, you'll see any new content I put up like a day before, the day of when I put it up. So you should be able to, I'll tell you if it's on YouTube or if it's just exclusively on Spotify. But I did the top movie picks, 3 movie picks of the week or, whatever. I was thinking about doing that maybe once every couple of weeks. So, yeah, check that out on Spotify. Okay, so we're gonna do Kerplunk. This is the new Green Day series we're doing, the album discography. A couple of weeks ago we did 1039, and now we're gonna do Kerplunk. I tried doing this on my own, and it just didn't. I fucked up with the editing, and I just somehow. I put one of my songs, tried to edit it in at the end, and for some reason it just played the whole song over my voice the whole time. So thank God Matt pointed that out, because I would look like an idiot.
That's all good.
Let me get this up.
Kerplunk. Released on December 17th, 1991.
Yep. Kerplunk is... I'm sorry, I just lost my... Yeah, released on December 17th, 91, which is weird, because I always thought 1039 was 91 and Kerplunk was 9. It doesn't matter. It was released by Lookout Records. Kerplunk was Green Day's last independent release on the Lookout record label, and then the next year, they obviously hit it big and went with... How do you say it? Reprise? Reprise Records, I think.
Reprise.
Yeah, Reprise. And it was the first album to feature Trey Cool. My man, Trey Cool. It was his first album, playing drums for Green Day. The album sold about 10,000 copies in its first day, which honestly isn't bad. That's not bad, especially for them. They were still kind of underground at that point. And I'm sure they made a little bit of money, Matt?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Figure what, like $10, $15 at the time?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was something at least, it's not nothing.
10,000, they only had 3 guys.
Yeah, punk band. Just coming up, that's good.
And it was Lookout's biggest selling release. I don't know if that's to date or just in 91. After debuting it to their fans in Berkeley, California, receiving much approval from the critical 924 Gilman Street, which was a favorite venue that Green Day was pretty frequent at. The band packed up in a cramped, converted bookmobile and headed east, which was like an interesting fact I read along the way a while back was that Trey Cool's dad drove the bookmobile. Did you hear about that, Matt?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
So it had some family roots in it, kind of.
Green Day developed a fan base on the East Coast by way of determined, sorry, I'm not used to reading this stuff while I'm talking, determined grassroots effort of lead singer Billy Joe Armstrong. The opportunity paid off as album sales reached over 50,000 copies. Along with the successful live shows, major labels took a notice of Kerplunk's phenomenal popularity, and as a result, many labels approached the band. Green Day realized that they had outgrown their record distribution capacity with Lookout, and eventually signed with Reprise Records. With Reprise, Green Day recorded and released their next album, Dookie. That'll be the next one that we do, which I'm excited for that. One of my favorite albums of all time, literally. Kerplunk officially includes only 12 tracks, but the versions released on CD and cassette also include 4 extra tracks. And they covered My Generation, too.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. It was recorded from May through September of 91, and then released in mid to late December, which makes sense because from September to December, that's probably when they were mixing it and, having it mastered and stuff. Album is 34 minutes long. Label is Lookout Records. Producers, Andy Ernst, Green Day, and John Kiffmeyer. John Kiffmeyer produced it?
I guess, yeah. That is what the Wikipedia article says.
In August 2005, Green Day pulled the album, as well as all their other material released through Lookout label due to unpaid royalties. I think I said that in the first one, too. It was reissued on CD by Reprise Records, who Green Day had been with since leaving Lookout. On January 9th, 2007... 2007 is like a weird time period for Green Day because they really weren't doing anything.
Well, that was after American Idiot.
Yeah, but as of recording and stuff or putting out new stuff.
They were just touring.
2007, I'm sure they were starting to write some 21st Century Breakdown stuff. But
yeah.
2007, yeah, they were probably still balls deep in touring.
If they were touring, though, I know they weren't big fans of writing on the road.
Yeah.
They would want to be at home.
Really?
Yeah.
In Europe, the album was released by Epitaph Europe and has remained in print. It was reissued on vinyl on March 24th, 2009 by Reprise Records and includes a reissue of the Sweet Children EP. Never heard that one.
Sweet Children.
There were no official singles released from the album, although 2,000 Light Years Away, great song, Christie Road, great song, another one, were released as mock-up singles in a Green Day singles box. Dude, I love all that. Green Day, secret, uncommon, CDs they put out. I have 3 of them. I should have brought them too. There's a bunch of live ones. I have one live from Japan. I have another one called More Boring Days, it's called, and the album is cartoon, kind of like Dookie. But yeah, I love all that secret shit,
Yeah, just kind of meta stuff. I mean, you can even find that stuff FYE, those box sets and all that.
As of November 2013, Kerplunk has sold more than 1 million copies in the United States and more than 4 million copies worldwide, which is impressive for that small of an album,
Yeah.
Talk about the artwork. See what we can talk about the artwork. It's a cool album. I love all of Green Day's artwork and their album covers, but Kerplunk is pretty cool. Kerplunk was banned from certain stores because of the cover art. The cover features a mostly white picture with some green added in it of a high school girl with a gun that has been fired. On the back cover there is a kid laying down with a gunshot wound to the back. So I'm sure that's what...
Yeah, definitely pleasing to look at, though.
Yeah.
And cheap to print if it's just the white.
Track list. 2,000 Light Years Away. Great song. One for the Razorbacks. Really good song. Welcome to Paradise. The original version is okay, but then you listen to when they did it again on Dookie and it's 1,000 times better. Christie Road's a good one. Private Ale is probably one of my favorites on here. Dominated Love Slave, which Trey Cool actually sang. And you could watch that live if you watch Green Day's show in Chicago of '94. You could see Trey Cool singing "Dominated Love Slave," and then Billy Joe plays drums. Which I always like that particular performance. Excuse me. One of my lies, it's a good one. 80, Android, No One Knows, who wrote Holden Caulfield, Words I Might Have Ate. And then for the CD and cassette, the bonus tracks from the Sweet Children EP is Sweet Children, Best Thing in Town, Strangeland, My Generation, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, those last four are interesting because they have like some acoustic stuff, but still in that punk rhythm and whatnot. Like Strangeland, that's all acoustic, I think. It's like a lot of vocal harmonies. Some cool stuff if you could check it out.
I think this is the one. Alright, yeah, I found some more info too. So this kind of dives deeper a little more. As teenagers, Green Day turned a few heads with their 1990, see that says 1990, debut of 1039, but these upstart rockers placed a big bet on themselves with their sophomore set Kerplunk, and it paid off. According to, I don't even know how to read that name, it looks like a Middle Eastern name. I don't know.
What does it start with?
K-J-E-R-S-T-I. Kjersti. Jersty or something. Jersty Egerdal. Green Day, a musical biography. The band entered the Art of Ears studio in San Francisco in May of '91, ready to make the most of whatever success they had and achieved so far and funnel it towards the future. They teamed up with the producer Andy Ernst and made the most of their limited studio time. 1039's modest success had allowed them to double their budget, but even at $2,000, that didn't buy much time. So they recorded Kerplunk with $2,000. Not bad.
Nah,
wait.
Yeah, they definitely saved money with this one.
Fuck yeah.
Even like I was saying with the artwork and all that. Like it really, just using like two colors like that will save you a lot of money. Just simplifying the music production. So you could save a lot of money with that.
So they had 2 sessions in May to record and went in for 2 more sessions in September to finalize the tracks for Kerplunk. In the midst of all this, Green Day were also going through a lineup change with drummer John Kiffmeyer not always available. They utilized the services of drummer Trey Cool and soon became close enough with the drummer that they felt the change was in order. Kiffmeyer would eventually move on from the band, though he is credited under the pseudonym Al Sabrante.
Yep.
For 4 of the Kerplunk bonus tracks.
Yeah, those last 4, Sweet Children.
With Cool in the fold, the band was finally settled, and he locked in with bassist Mike Durant in a relatively short amount of time. Cool even got in on the writing, being credited with the bizarre country-ish album cut Dominated Love Slave. Though Green Day were a relatively unknown band, that would change soon thanks to the band's DIY artwork ethic and brilliant idea to build their audience while introducing themselves and the music to the fans before the album was released. The band got mostly positive responses from fans at their native 924 Gilman Street club in the Bay Area and branched out to the unknown. The band scraped together enough money for a European tour. I'm sorry, my eyes just went blurry. The band scraped together enough money for a European tour, being wise about the low-budget run with Kerplunk, not released yet, and most of their business overseas being mail order. They smuggled in albums to sell for the trip. They also brought the photo negative for their t-shirts and silkscreen shirts for new fans and helped finance continued touring. Yeah, dude, like I'm sure like touring back then for them was tight as fuck, like money and shit. But it, like there was only 3 guys, you know, and they didn't have a big crew.
They had the bookmobile at that point.
Yeah.
That truck.
That's probably all they needed, man.
Yeah, I mean.
It's only 3 guys. You got a drum
living.
kit, you got 2 guitars, and you got amps. Like you know, the venue takes care of everything else.
Yeah.
However, one thing they were not prepared for were audiences who tossed beer as a show of respect. This weekend, this wreaked havoc on their instruments, occasionally leaving the band forced to borrow equipment to play, but also was crucial in their development as a live band. Which, yeah, that kind of shit really makes you build character.
For sure. As
frontman Billy Joe Armstrong stated in Green Day, a musical biography, "It made us a really good band, playing on different equipment and in different situations. I think it made us better because obviously there's a language difference, and it meant we had to be more animated to project a bit more physically. They also branched out stateside, leaving the comfy confines of California, packing things up into a converted bookmobile and heading across the country, where they met up with an underground talent booker, who started introducing them into several key East Coast clubs. So between the European tour and the East Coast trek, both on a relatively low budget, the band's bet on themselves paid off. Coinciding with the release of Kerplunk on January 17, 1992, the band started to see interest and word of mouth spread both amongst new fans who had discovered the band and with critics and record labels starting to pay attention. Though Kerplunk really had no yeah, I already talked about that.
Alright. So, what do you think your favorite song is from this?
Probably Private Ale or 80.
Yeah, I like 80 actually. 80 is a really good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Private Ale though.
80 is about, I guess, his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, that's what he called her.
Yeah, that's what he called her. I think they met at one of their shows. She was in the crowd or something.
Of course.
And they're still together today. They have like a kid.
Yeah, they're both like 60.
Yeah.
No, she's older than him, I think. How about your favorite tracks?
Yeah, I mean, I love this album. This is a great one, and I really like Christie Road. It reminds me, I think it could remind anyone of their hometown. Really, it just has a real nostalgic, a little slower kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I like Who Wrote Holden Caulfield. I think a lot of kids can relate to that. No One Knows, that's another slower one on here. Cool little bass line in the beginning.
Yeah, it's an awesome album.
Yeah, and this will always be the root of Welcome to Paradise, one of their biggest songs.
Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of like the...
Yeah, it was a little sloppier, you know, it wasn't as tight as
and
the Dookie one.
Just like the sound and the mixing.
Sonically, yeah.
Yeah, the guitar, it's like, nah.
Yeah, sonically sloppy as well.
It's okay.
Welcome to Paradise has its own Wikipedia page, actually. That's how big of a song it is.
Alright, you have to choose between 1039, Kerplunk, and Warning. What do you choose?
Warning album. Well, I would say 1039, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Warning.
Warning, huh?
I love Warning.
Wait, let me bring... Which one? Oh, no, that was...
We don't want to get too deep into it because we'll cover it anyways.
Be over it. Yeah, I mean, that's
this series.
Definitely an underrated album, Warning, too.
I really liked Nimrod, too. I love that album. I love all their albums. I love them all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too deep into it, but I was just listening to that song Last Ride In from Nimrod today. Have you ever heard that?
Boom, boom. Yeah, it's like an instrumental.
It's weird. It's different, yeah.
It's awesome.
It's cool.
I just want to crash.
Yeah.
You know?
Boom, da, da, da.
If you didn't know that was them, you wouldn't know it was them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely...
They had the steel drums in there, marimba or whatever.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a cool song. See if I could find anything else cool on this album before we cut it out.
Here, I'll read. This is my favorite lyric from the song Who Wrote Holden Caulfield. It's there's a boy who fogs his world and now he's getting lazy. There's no motivation and frustration makes him crazy. He makes a plan to take a stand but always ends up sitting. Someone help him up or he's gonna end up quitting. I always thought that was a cool line.
Yeah.
And him and Mike Dirnt harmonize on it. Mike Dirnt does like the lower.
It's a boy who fogs his world and now he's getting lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a good song.
It's a cool one. Fast.
I remember when I was, like, we were kind of starting out as a band, and me and Dylan were really, really into Green Day. And then, obviously, too, you loved them, but you turned me on to their early albums, like 1039. Like, I didn't even think that existed, and then you showed me, and it's like, wow, like, there's this whole other world, like, before
the
Dookie, you know?
Yeah.
1039 and Kerplunk.
Just very raw, these albums.
Yeah.
These first two.
Lookout. I wonder why Lookout fucked them over for royalty money.
Everyone wants, I guess absolute power corrupts absolutely. Everyone wants money, eventually. Yeah, it looked like good times, like seeing pictures from back then at the Gilman Street venue they had there.
Yeah.
Like, kids would just go crazy at these shows, watching videos. I swear, like, every 5 seconds there's someone stage diving.
Right, yeah.
Kids just going nuts, like.
What was the first Green Day song you remember learning on bass?
Oh. I think possibly. No, I think it was She. From what I remember. Really? Yeah. Just because, I mean, that song really popped out when you just hear that bang.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I gotta learn. It's simple, but it's really fun.
Ah, so She was the first song you learned how to play on bass.
Might have been She. I'm not sure on that, but I know it wasn't Longview. It was like too advanced, you know.
Yeah, it's a little more tricky.
Yeah.
Do you think Green Day ever, like, thinks about, like, this era, like Kerplunk era, and like remembers coming up and working hard and shit, and like they probably remember where they came from, you know, even today.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Big stars.
Here and there they cover some of these songs.
Yeah.
Not cover them, they play them.
Yeah,
they're their songs. But yeah, I'm sure they're grateful for it.
Yeah. Plus 92, man, like, I don't know, like, their style is obviously known. Like, you hear their song, you know it's Green Day. 94, 95, you know, people knew who they were, but 92, like, you had Pearl Jam, and you had Smashing Pumpkins, you had all these different bands, and then imagine hearing, like, this kind of stuff for the first time. Like, it wasn't, I don't know, I'm sure it was different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of big things coming up. But
Blood Sugar Sex and Magic was 91, I think. 1991.
Yeah, something like that.
It had all these crazy songs and all these crazy bands and shit, and then you hear Who Wrote Holden Caulfield. It's like, what is this? What do you got there?
I wondered though. I'm just on a Reddit forum. I was looking up, like, if Green Day, they weren't like a huge drug band, right? Like, they didn't do many drugs or anything. I mean, their name is synonymous, like Weed Day or whatever.
Well, I think that Billy Joe and Mike would do acid and stuff.
Yeah, that's right, because
every
Mike
now and then.
Yeah.
But
they were never into, like, hard stuff, were they?
No, I don't think so.
Not that, no.
Well, though, Billy Joe...
Soda Pop and Ritalin.
Remember at the iHeartRadio thing where he flipped out and smashed his guitar? Well, I guess after that he checked himself into rehab, so I don't know what he was on. Probably coke.
Yeah, someone said weed, obviously. They named after it. Acid, meth, and I believe coke. But I don't know about meth.
Meth?
I couldn't picture them.
I don't know.
Do methamphetamines.
You never know.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is just a forum, so it's probably
maybe they had a short run with meth.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's saying here like methamphetamine was the drug choice of the 90s.
Definitely coke.
LSD they dabbled in.
Definitely coke. If you watch Chicago '94,
Yeah.
oh my God, definitely Billy Joe. Definitely. I mean, at that point, he's making money, getting famous.
Yeah, even if it's like
does 2 lines of coke, goes on stage.
Speed. What is speed anyway? Let me look. Speed is coke, I think.
Is it?
What is? Yeah, no, amphetamine. I don't know. What is speed drug? Yeah, it says it's an amphetamine.
Crank.
Crank. What is
I
crank?
think crank is meth.
Yeah.
Meth?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What about angel dust? Did you ever do that?
No.
Oh.
Never done it.
Bad.
That's an amphetamine too.
Is
I know
it?
that one is, yeah. I believe that is meth, just like powdered, ground up.
Angel dust. Fuck that.
Yeah, man, but yeah, they had tons of energy at this time.
Yeah.
From what we've seen.
What are we at?
We're at 25 minutes, 26 minutes.
See if we could find anything else. As the albums go on and they become more and more mainstream, the episodes will get a lot longer. These 2 are probably going to be the shortest because, you know, it's just very early on. Not many stories, not much. There's a lot of info, but a lot of reoccurring info that I would be repeating. So, nope, that's it, I think. You know?
Yeah, there's really, like you said, it's just a straightforward kind of time.
Straightforward. Okay, the next album, discography episode is going to be Dookie, which I'm excited about. So that'll definitely be a fun episode. Make sure I have everything all found and written down for you guys. There's going to be a lot to talk about with that one. So, yeah, that's it. So hopefully the next episode for this series will be up shortly. I'll try to get this one up as soon as I can. In the next one, we're going to be covering Dookie. So don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram for content updates. e.t.e.e_podcast_official. And then I have a Patreon site up. So if you'd like, give a donation a month, even if it's $1 a month. It'd be greatly appreciated, but if you don't want to, then I still appreciate you guys the same. So that's it. Till next time, bye.